Welcome, Taurus and Taurus cross watchers, to your singles and new love read. So thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you guys had a great week. We're going to pull cards for where you are, what's holding you back in love, a past wound to embrace to let that block go, and then what's coming up for you and what you have to look forward to. Excuse me. And then after that, there will be a card for the next romantic interest for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and that will all be time-stamped in the description box below. Hold on. I'm hearing like, I told you so, I told you so. Hold on. Jeez. Hold on for a second. You know what? Are you saying that to yourself? Is someone saying that to you? Because I feel like there's somebody here that it's like, oh, damn it. I feel like they're, I don't want to say this, but I'm just going to have to, you know. I feel like there's somebody here that's happy that you got hurt so that they could be proven right. And I feel like here you are, you're going through it and you're letting this stuff go, and you are, you're not shying away from this. You're doing the work to let all of this go. And here's this person over here, you know, with their nose in the air, acting like, huh, I knew it all along. You should have listened to me. You know what I mean? It's like this real air of superiority. I feel like this is somebody that was in your ear all the time with this opinion and this and that. It's like always, they always have something to say about everything. You know what I mean? And it's like, it seems like they're the kind of person that like, they could say, they could have opinion A about a topic, and then actually opinion B is the correct one. And it's like, they're going to flip around and try to distort what they said so that they're still right. You know what I mean? And it feels, it's like in here, I don't know, you can't see me, but like in this, like their chest, it's like this person, there's something about them always feeling like they're right. It's like they genuinely feel when they flip the script like that with the two opinions, they genuinely feel like they're still right. I'm still right. I'm still right. I'm still right. And like, here you are suffering, and this person's over here congratulating themselves. Not for being the one that hurt you, of course, but like, who are they? And past wound, to embrace, to let that go for Taurus. You know what it feels like, Taurus? It feels, oh, okay. Sorry, this Page of Cups card, Page of Cups doesn't normally mean that, but this card usually means to me that there's a third party sort of thing. So I feel like you may have taken a chance. It's like you rolled the dice and you lost. And I feel like you may have kind of pushed up against this Queen of Pentacles, sort of snooty, know-it-all kind of energy. I'm not trying to be, I didn't mean to put that much stank on the word snooty, and it just came out that way. But it's like you really felt that this would be successful. I feel like you really put yourself out there. And because it was, it's like other people aren't taking a whole lot of notice to it. But I feel like you may be feeling more embarrassed than is warranted, or more kind of like, oh, I wish I had done such and such. And I feel like a big part of that is that there's somebody here that is wanting to be in your ear, that is telling you that it's almost this narrative of them wanting to say like, that was so stupid. How could you do that to yourself? I'm only saying these things because I care about you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I feel like this person wants to act like they're there for you and they're going to be the person that's always there for you, and da 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 da. When in actuality, it's like here, you just got knocked down, and they're just going to come over and kick you a few times before they help you up. Like, I almost wanted to say, like, get the F out of here. Like, that's not how you help somebody up. You don't, rub salt in their wounds and then help them. And I feel like that's what this person is doing. There seems to be, it's almost like you might be in a space where you can't get away from them, or it's like they seem to somehow corner you when you're vulnerable. And it's like they come in acting like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then the longer the two of you are talking, it's like they kind of get in there. You know what I mean? It's like they kind of get the hook into you. I almost want to be like, and that's the game. Sorry. Because we have the Fool here. So that's good news. You're going to be set free from all of this stuff real soon. I feel like whatever weight this person has been placing on you, it's like it's not even going to touch you. You know what I mean? It's like the negativity that they've been putting on you. I kind of see it that like you're going to fall back here, but it's like you're not going to fall back into cold water. Hearing that Justin Bieber song. You're not going to fall back into cold water. You're going to fall into one of those big squish things where people, like, when they have a big jump and they land, it's like, a house-sized pillow kind of thing in the water. I hope you know what I mean. But it just feels like you kind of are expecting this to be really cold water, and you actually land on something very soft. And I feel like that's because you seem to have faith in something here. So, I actually, hold on for a second. I feel like this experience, and you might already be in this energy, it's almost like it's made you impervious to this person's constant chatter in your ear. I'm getting, I'm catching an attitude, and I'm trying not to, but it's just, that's what's happening. So I feel with this here, look at these cards. They're tough cards. And I feel like this person, it's like, hold on for a second. I feel like you might be blinded to their hypocrisy for a certain amount of time, or like distracted. And actually, I feel like that's because there's a certain like support. It feels like it's an emotional support or something like that they offer you that at that time you do require. It's like they seem to be an advocate for you in some way. And it's almost like I feel like you would either feel really bad about yourself or just cut this person out entirely if you saw what they were doing from the get-go. And I feel here, hold on. It's almost like either you take the blindfold off and you swat away all the flies, if you will, or you seem to leave the blindfold on, knowing the truth about the situation, because I feel like you're trying to, it's almost like if this Queen of Pentacles has some information on you that could be sensitive, I feel like you seem to leave the blindfold on long enough to somehow safeguard yourself against that. Hold on for a second. And I do feel that while you're in that energy, because you actually had faith in yourself here, and you let yourself kind of like, you let yourself fall into the truth, into what was really happening. And I feel like you realize that it is not as bad as this person wanted you to believe it was. Because you're not going to need them if it's not that bad, right? So for Taurus Sun. Who's the next romantic interest? Sorry, next romantic interest for Taurus Sun. They're a bit of a wild one. I feel to a certain extent that gorgeous Taurus-y energy, that kind of empressy. Of course, please don't get too hung up on that gender. It's the energetics of it, right? But it's like that long-standing, consistent, strong energy that's coming from a place of such love that it's like you seem to, you know what? Oh, this person's a little stinker. So I feel like they are a little bit wild, but they like when you tame them. And I feel like they might act like they fight against it. But it's almost like, but both of you know that that's not the case. It's almost like that's part of the cat and mouse game. I feel like there may be times where they legit step out of line and you kind of, do your thing. Hold on for a second. It feels like this is someone that, for whatever reason, you're actually quite skilled at helping them see things for what they really are. For example, if someone is, let's say, this is just for the example, I'm not calling your person these things. For example, if there are, your person has a hair trigger temper, which I don't actually feel that they do. I feel like there's people around them that purposely put the screws to them. But anyway, so it's like when people put the screws to them, this person may have reacted before. Whereas, and it's not that you come in and, you're fixing everything, but I feel like this person trusts you because they see that you're not like that. It's like when people try to pull that stuff with you there, you're looking at them like, actually, no, that's not what happened. I saw what happened. And you know what I mean? You're not getting into theatrics about it. You're not getting all worked up about it. And I feel like you're able to conceptualize what's really happening for this person. It's like you're able to explain people's motives in a way that helps your person to, it's like it kind of opens their eyes to what people are really doing and what they're, hold on for a second, that people are actually taking advantage of them. And I feel like that really makes this person real mad. And I feel like they seem to have, it's like you rubbed off on them because they don't kind of go, ape shiz. I feel more that it's like they start to learn how to absorb information when necessary to strike, and then they can strike while the iron is hot rather than, kind of going almost like a bull in a china shop. Taurus Moon, Taurus Moon, Taurus Moon. Whoa. Nothing, and then all of a sudden, here it is. Okay. Hold on for a second here, Taurus. I feel like there's somebody here that seems to be thinking about you a lot. I feel like they might see you as somebody that dates a lot more than you do. And it's like they're racking their brain here, trying to find a way to come in and talk to you. But I feel like they're not really able to do that, or they have a hard time getting out of their own head because they're kind of obsessing, maybe not quite obsessing, but it's like they're more focused on the disruptive thought that you might be with somebody else rather than focusing on what they can do here. It's almost this energy of like this person goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, not on whether or not they want you, but on whether or not they're going to do or say anything about it. And I feel like they actually end up running themselves in that so much that they get to this point where it's just like, F it. You know, those memes where it's like, this is how, you know, hard decisions are made. You know, you go back and forth, you consider all of the options, you make pro and cons list, and then you get to a point where it's like, F it, I'm gonna just do it. I do feel that this person, their timing isn't the best. I feel like they may initially make an approach that's too, it's like you're not, it's almost like you're still in this energy where you're letting go of something. And I feel like it is pretty defeating and demoralizing for this person. And it's like they start getting into their head about like, if they looked this way, if they had this, then maybe, then maybe. And I feel like they seem to see a little bit down the road that it didn't have anything to do with those, that it was, you know, that you were in a different headspace. And hold on for a second before I say anything. So we have the Six of Cups reversed with the Magician. I feel like they just kind of end up going for it. You know what I mean? It's almost like, to heck with the past, to heck with this, to heck with that. And I feel like they, there still is some insecurity there. They still feel like their timing might be off, but I actually feel that this person actually may be quite persistent. It's like their pursuit of you, it's like they'll pursue you, it won't work out, and then they'll back off for a while. And then they'll come back. It's not like they're just going to be constantly up in your face, right? But I do feel that this person, it's almost like they kind of decide that their past is not going to be the reason that they're defeated here. Taurus Rising, next love interest for Taurus Rising. Next love interest for Taurus Rising. Whoa. I feel like this is someone that's a bit of a player energy. It feels like this is someone that is, you know, they're going out with the flavor of the month, if you will. And I feel like they are, to a certain extent, they're keeping an eye on you. And I feel like it's not that they're, you know, terribly focused on you or anything like that, but I do feel that they are keeping an eye as to when you become available. But it does feel like they are definitely playing the field in the meantime. And I feel like you may get a whiff of that player energy from this person. And I feel like that actually, it's like you kind of write them off as a romantic possibility anyway. They're going to have to really win you over. I feel like it's this person's going to have a heck of a time trying to change your opinion of them. I feel like before you invest in them, it's like you would have to see a complete 180. And it's not just with you, it would have to be with people in general, right? I feel like this person is not going to get what they want out of this nearly as fast as they would like it. But I actually feel that it's almost like the fact that they've had to wait so long, if you didn't make them work for it when they finally kind of got their chance, it's almost like they'd be disappointed if you didn't make them work for it. And Venus in Taurus. Not sure if that's upright or reversed. Wow. I feel like when this person comes in, it's going to feel to you that it's kind of a headache. I feel like it's something that has, stops and starts. I feel like this is somebody that certainly seems to have quite a few, feelings for you. But it's almost like they may not be much of a talker. They may be somebody that I feel like they've been single for a while, but they seem to have a lot of people pursuing them. I feel like their past is a little bit ambiguous. It's like you can't quite pin this person down or kind of get a straight answer out of them sometimes. And I feel like at times this person might seem like they're a little bit more trouble than they're worth. They certainly don't seem to feel that way. But I am saying that that's what's kind of coming from you here. So we do have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like when this person comes in with this kind of like practical new start that they want, it actually feels that there's something about the way that they say it that makes your ears perk up, sort of thing. It's almost like there's a phrase that they'll say that reminds you of something that, a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or somebody that you knew when you were younger that you actually had a lot of affection for, that seemed to treat you really well. It's like this person's going to say something that reminds you of that person, and you look at them like, wait, what? What did you say? And I feel like that seems to be this person's opportunity to, sorry, I guess I need to eat something. That's my stomach. That seems to be this person's opportunity to kind of get in your good graces here. But I feel like this person still is going to need to, they seem to need to give you a bit of space. There seems to be something here about when you say that you need space, there's very few people that actually will do that without a fight. And I feel like because this person gets that, there's something about, for example, if you said to this person, you know what, I think I need some space this weekend, they'd be like, oh yeah, I get it, no problem. You know what I mean? It's like they're not the kind of person that's going to take that personally and get upset and that you're going to have to make them feel secure and that sort of thing. It's like they understand what it means to need to be alone for a second. And I do feel that they seem to be quite responsible in that, if, for example, the two of you do have space, it's like they get to work. They don't waste that time. They use it to their advantage. And I feel like they may surprise you with something, and that doesn't feel like they're going to give you anything, but it's like they're going to surprise you with something that they've done with their home. I almost want to say like they may have given it a really good clean and painted a room, or it's like there's, if there's a certain type of, for example, if you really like pink or something like that, that doesn't really match their home, you're going to see that they've brought something just for you into the home to make you feel at home. So just feel like we need to pull one more for those with Venus and Taurus. World. I feel like this person is really, you know what? It actually makes my heart kind of sing for the both of you, because I feel like you're both closing out some really hard cycles, and there's an opportunity for you both to have a new beginning with each other. And I do feel that, hold on, you may have a little bit more closing out to do than this person does. And that's not you know, because you're behind them or whatever. It's more because you have this one still, you know, chirping in your ear about what you're doing wrong and what you should and shouldn't do, and na 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 na. And it just feels like there's a little bit more for you to close that out, because I feel like your person's ready to a certain extent. But it's like they seem to see that there's something that you are closing out, and they're not going to come in and save you, because they see that you can do it for yourself. It's like they're going to give you the time and space to do it and not put pressure on you to move at their pace. So I think I'll leave it there, Taurus. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful and brought you some clarity. I will, of course, have the regular weekly reads, or sorry, the weekly love reads on Sunday. And then there's going to be a new kind of read coming out. So please keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.